Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak. I'm going to show you a Home Depot find I found yesterday while shopping. Today is September 20th of 2021. It's 76 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 degrees Celsius. And we're going to also do my carpet rose cuttings. I had two I planted outside, but the other three small ones are starting to grow, but I'm going to keep them in bonsai containers. So let me get the lipstick out in case I have to cut anything. Oh, I got one there. So here's our Home Depot find. Look at this. This is an Aralia, and this is a stump. A stump cutting. I had to grab it. It was $14.98, but I had to grab it. I mean, this thing was beautiful. They had 5 more over there, but I found this one, so I grabbed it. I looked at the Home Depot over on Western. They didn't even have any of these, but the one, if you're in Chicago, it's in the Home Depot around Ford City area there. So that, because it's in there's another pot in here, but it's hard to get out. I'll probably have to cut this pot. But I think I'll put it in, I'll repot it, even though it says spring is the best. But I won't do nothing with the roots. I'll just put it in another pot. And cuttings, I looked up and they says that cuttings are good when it's cool out. You know, when the cold weather sets in, like in autumn, which is the 22nd, I think it is. I know it's Wednesday coming up. So I think I'll take cuttings when it gets nice and cool out. We'll see what happens, but I'll do a potting and I'll show you that one maybe in the next video once I get everything going, because it's like an acid-based soil. And then I'll show you the bag in which the what do you call it? The pine bark comes in with the real nice small chunks. So let's get cutting on our little cuttings. I mean, they're not much. I had to do them now. I know it's a little early in the day. I mean, late in the day to do this, because it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, but I'm going to keep it inside here, not put it outside. So here's one of my cuttings. You can see the nice roots on there, so let me dab it into here. And these are 2 little ones that I had to take out. And this one's just starting to grow. And this one's got a new growth on it and a nice little root system on there, if you can see it. So we're going to try to fit them in the pots. The pots for the bigger rows, I got this one, but I didn't like the hole in it because it was a third of this size. So I just took a diamond drill bit and I cut it open to make it bigger. And one good thing about the diamond drill bits, there's nothing where you can scratch your fingers on or nothing and get cut. Makes a nice clean cut. And then for the other 2 roses, I also did the same to an old dish. I mean, it came out there, but it's not sharp or nothing, so you can put your fingers in there and not get cut. And then I found another little dish. Now you can get these at garage sales or at the thrift stores. They're cheap, but you can put your finger in there, and that diamond drill bit really does the job. I mean, it's really cool. So we're going to use a basic soil mix. So we got our pot there. So we'll get our measuring cup. Tommy, got to get organized here. Yep, I have to start organizing. Clean up this place. So what I'm going to do is take my mixture of soil, which I got is it's 1 part worm castings, 2 parts peat moss, 2 parts perlite. And then before I put the rows in the pot, I'm going to put in some micus and azus around the root system, so it's a nice beneficial bacteria around there to help it from the stress of the repotting. So we're going to hold our screen in and put our soil in there. And let's see how our rose looks. I'm going to say, Tom, you should cut it, but no, it's still young and I don't want to take a chance on it. I'll just cut the part that's hanging out a little bit over the pot. So I'll dip and clip peroxide and just cut that little piece of root off. And then I'll take some of our micos. Gotta keep my hands wet, or not wet, but dry, so I don't contaminate the beneficial bacteria. And I'll take some, and we're just gonna sprinkle around the root system there. And inside the container, about 3/4 of a tablespoon. And what I'll do also is with my bamboo skewer or chopstick here, just munch it up around there. And then before I do anything else, we're going to take the azus and do the same thing. And put that around the root system. Now this will prevent the stress of repotting this late in the day, because it's like 1:30 in the afternoon or so. And just put it on there and then put it inside. If you can see, just mix it up. Get it into the soil real good. We got our roots nice and coated with it. Now I'm going to get this our squirt bottle here, and just our spray bottle, and just wet the soil, get the surface tension out, and we'll push it in. Just like that. Now we're going to see we're going to spread our roots out the best we can. I hope you can see it. No, you can't. So let me bring it like this a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is trying to spread these roots out to get a nice radial root base on here. And just get it in there. I'm going to use this as our front. I'll just let it lay there so we know where we're at. Get some of our soil. And we have to really move these out. So my fingers are big, so we're going to use the skewer to help move the roots out so we get a nice radial root base. I'm going to put it about there for now. I'm going to make a little mounding soil so we can get this root base out, because right now it does not want to stay in place. So mounding is good, just like that. There you go. I don't know if you can see the roots are in there better. And now we're just going to cover them up. And we're going to take the ball end of our spoon and just tap it, and just get the end of our bamboo skewer and just get the roots, the soil in between the roots and underneath our root ball. Okay, so we still need some more soil to hold it up. It's a little top heavy. There we go. Take our spray bottle there. And all we're going to do, once you get the surface tension out and then water it, it should hold our root base in pretty good. Just like that. Okay, let me close our azus here. Okay, let's get some more soil in here. Just like that. That's all you got to do. Now you're going to say, Tom, all your trees are small. Yeah, they're small because I want you to learn how to start a bonsai tree. You can't buy it. If you never did bonsai before and you buy a big expensive bonsai tree and it dies on you, you're going to lose hope and say, oh, I can't do this no more. I ain't going to do it. No, you gotta start small and work your way up. I mean, if you get a good find at, right now it's the end of the season, it's planting time now for landscapers to get in some plants into the ground for the people, because the weather's going to be cool for the roots to grow. And now's the time to find some good deals, because some of the trees they might have for half price, 75% off. You never know. So you got to keep the eyes open. There we go. Nice and sturdy there. We'll give it a little bit more soil here. Just a little bit. Just like that. And then we're going to take a nice rock that I got right here, and we're just going to put it in like that. And this will be our front for it. And now all these rocks are going to do is, because this thing is so big, I mean top heavy right now, I just want to have the rocks in there to hold it down steady, and for nothing to start digging in here like the Night Terror. I have to show you my small maples that I just did in sphagnum moss in the big maple, so that'll be coming up soon too, because the Night Terror tore one out and I can't find it, so that thing's deader than a doornail. But the other one survived. The Night Terror didn't attack it, maybe because the pot was, I just didn't like the way the pot was. But other than that, it's growing, and same thing with the other maple that I just put in just sphagnum moss. So we'll take a look at them both. Coming up soon, as soon as we pot that Aralia. I hope I say it right. But that was a good find. They're called stump cuttings. I mean, they had some nice big ones, but this was one of the best in the group, so I seen that and I grabbed it. Okay, so there's our little rose, our little carpet roses. This is going to have pink flowers. So I'll have to see if any of mine are growing for the next video, and just put them in for you so you can take a look at the flowers, the color of them. So there's our bigger rose. And I found a little dish for it, so they just match. So we're not going to put this outside until the evening, because the sun's out there and it's a little bit fierce out there in the heat, although it's supposed to drop in temperature. Now these are the other ones that I drilled a hole in, so I'm going to get the one with the big, little bit longer root, and I'm going to hold the screen in. Put the soil in so you can see it, and then I'm going to take it out. Now you can see where the rose is coming up over here, but I'm not going to cut it all the way back because this leaf is still there. It's a little worn and tattered, but all I'm going to do is cut the tip of that leaf off right here. So maybe something will come out over there. And then I'm going to take my dip and clip, and I'm going to take this dead piece off up to about here, if you can see it. So let's see how our roots fit in here. Now this one's going to wrap a little bit, but I don't care. I can always correct that later. But I think that's what, well, we'll cut it a little bit. It's just a little bit too long. And the new growth is small, but it's growing, so we're going to just cut this. I don't know if you can see that real little hair root over there, and we're just going to cut it right below it. Now we're going to take the surface tension out of our soil. Now I don't use a lot of fancy mixes. I try to use mixes that you can afford to make or to buy. So let's see how this goes. Got our nice mound there. We're going to take this root like this. Just like that in the middle we can put it. Now before we do anything, I got that sitting in the water from the excess water that overflowed out. And we're going to take some of our our micus. I'm going to take a good teaspoon of it. And we're just going to take our rose cutting and just dab some of the micus beneficial bacteria on the roots. Remember, like I says, that this is not fertilizer. It's a nice beneficial bacteria that'll take the stress out of repotting, especially this late in the day, which I don't recommend, but I had to do it because the other cuttings I had to plant right away because I didn't want them to get knocked over by the night terror, so I had to do it. So here's our azus, our nice white powder, and you can see this better as it just coats the roots, just like that. Just a little bit into the pot. There we go. Now let me close this up so no moisture gets in. And now I'll take our skewer, since my fingers are too big to separate the roots. So we get a nice radial root base that way. I don't know if you can see it. But with the tablet, you got to do what you got to do. So we got our radial root base out just using a bamboo skewer. And then we're going to just put the soil in. Tap it down. So this should be our new trunk once it heals in, and we're just going to just poke the soil into whatever little roots are on the side there. Just push it down, and all you do is put your soil in, just like that. Now these cuttings, I think I started in July, so they took a good 2 months. What is this, September? July, August, September. Yeah, about a good 2 months. There we go. Now you wonder, how come plants get mold and mildew on the leaves, the white fungus or the black spot? Well, that's because you water them at night, and at night it's damp and moist at night, so that's when all the fungal spores are attached to your leaves and reproduce. And another thing too is when you water your plants at night, if you water from the top, whatever fungus or soil is into the soil will splash up on your leaves, and that's what's going to cause everything to get infected. So if you're going to water at night, just let the hose water on the bottom here, or your little pots, stick them in into a container with water and let it just suck it up from the bottom. But in the morning you can do it because the sun dries everything out. So whatever's there is dead. So there we go. That's our little pot. I think I got one nice stone here for it. I'll put it on this side to complement it going that way. And we'll take our little bottle here and we'll just give it a little good drink of water. There we go. Don't be afraid to try. Sometimes they got roses on sale. They're getting rid of them at the end of the season. Grab it. Doesn't hurt. Or you can get the angel wings seeds and do that too. Okay, so this guy's on the side. Let's put him over here. Now this one doesn't have much of a root. As you can see, it's just starting. So I got a little pot for this one. Let's leave it in the water until I can get some soil in there. So what I'll do is I'll hold our screen in here because it's small in there. I don't want to get my fingers in there. And just put some soil in there. Pat it a little bit, get a little mound there. Take the surface tension out with our squirt bottle, or our spray bottle, whichever way you pronounce it. Give the soil a good soaking there. If you can see it. Now, we'll take our mikus. We'll get about a teaspoon of it. I got to learn better how to work. Maybe on the up, maybe move the table over so I can work on the other side. We'll have to try different things so you can see the video a little better. So all I'm going to do is just get the mikus all over our cutting, our stem cutting, and then the roots over there, and just put it in. It's about a teaspoon. Let's let it lay in there. Let's close up our mikus so it doesn't get no moisture inside of it. Now we're going to get our azus, and we're going to put it in. All we're going to do is just tap it on the roots and on our little end cutting, the stump of it, just like that. So we're going to let that in there. Now that should stimulate more roots on the plant, so we'll see what we can get out of it. So now I'll take our cutting and just stick it in lightly because we don't want to break the roots. And just put it in just like that. There we go. And all we're doing is going to firm it in lightly. Tip and clip this piece of moss off. Pete, there we go. Just like that. And all you got to do is spray it. One, two, three, you got a nice little rose. Should take. I'm going to take our lipstick on this cut end over here. Well, this one's about out. This one I'll have to save for other stuff. And let's see, we'll take our other piece of lipstick here and just dab the tops, so we don't get no rot in there. And we'll do the same thing for our little guy over here. That's all you do is just like that. Close it up, put it away. And there you have it. Simple and easy to do. If I have another piece of rock laying around, let's see. No rocks. So we can use some marbles. Why not? There you go. Get another marble, put it in. There you have it. Your little roses that you can use as bonsai trees. And roses you can bring in a house, remember that. You can bring roses into the house. And they should flower in the wintertime, as long as you give them a bright sunny window or some bright light and let them rest for a month, and they should be all right. So today is Monday. It's comedy night. Jack Benny on Old Time Radio. There's Burns and Ellen, Fibber McGee and Molly, Abbott and Costello, Life O'Reilly. Who else is there? Duffy's Tavern. I like the Bickersons. They're pretty good. So enjoy a hot cup of tea tonight. Put on an Old Time Radio show and just relax. And don't be afraid to try your roses. And we'll try our Aralia on the next video. And let me get a pot for it, mix up some soil, and we'll go from there. So you take care, everybody, and thank you for coming for this short video on our repotting of our roses and the find at Home Depot. So take care, everyone, and have a nice day, and just relax. My name is Tom Novak for Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors.